It's Mike from Drive80.com, and today we are going to talk about this little tool right here. It's the anchor point tool, pan behind tool, and I've shown this a ton of times in other videos where you'll see this like, okay, great, I've seen this all the time, I don't need to know it. But some people this might be the first video they're watching, so we're going to start with that. I mean, I hope this is not the first video you're watching if you're learning After Effects, but let's go on anyway. Command N, let's get comp, that's fine, 1920, 1080, 24. You can just pause this screen and match all of these if you want to. And then background blue, great. Okay, we're going to draw a square. Again, I don't like to select things. I like to hit key commands. So let's say I was going to get a square, I'd hit Q, I'm going to draw it, deselect it with Shift Command A. This is where all of my videos have started, but now I'm going to talk about this tool. Again, this is just very simple. It's this anchor point, and this tool grabs it and moves it where I want it to be. So I'm going to hit Y as in yellow, and I'm going to drag it, and that's it. That's what it does. So my anchor point's here. You might be thinking, no, it's fine. I don't really care about that. You can say I could still move things around. So if I had a position, use the position tool, and I said, okay, well, if I'm here, and then I go to here, that's fine because it's doing that. But then I said, okay, well, I want this now to rotate in the center. So if I hit, give it a rotation starting point, and if I use W, since we've talked about this before, for my rotation tool, uh-oh, what's happening? It's not going around the center. Well, that's because my anchor point is now off to the left. And that's where this tool becomes very effective and efficient. The only issue you're going to have is, let's say that you are 30 seconds into animating something and you've got all this crap happening. If I, let's say that at this point it's going to go up here and over here it's going to go in here. Again, this is all happening in a very, very, it's going to be slow as hell if this was the thing. But, if you were having the shape exist around the entire time and all of a sudden you said here, this is where you wanted to rotate it, and you go to do it, and you're like, okay, cool, I'm rotating. You're like, oh, shit. I have to go back and do all this crap over, or you go, okay, that's fine, but I can take that Y tool, which is here, again, the pan behind anchor point tool, and I can move it to the center. But wait a minute, what's going on here? Oh, shoot, my position is now moved as well. So if it was over here, now, oh, great, this thing just, all that stuff that it was doing, at this point, it moved the anchor point to there, but if I didn't do that, it's happening here. So to get yourself out of that trouble, just be very aware and very um, organized about how you're animating, because this stuff it can get away from you really fast. So just, organize your folders, organize your layer names, organize file names, folder structure, and know where the hell your anchor point is at the very beginning, because I've had that happen to me and it's a fucking nightmare. But yeah, and all right, there we go. Y. That's how we get in the middle. Start off. Make sure when you're animating anything, you're starting off, you know where your anchor point is. Get it in the center. Unless this thing is just going to be swinging like up here the whole time. If that was it was just going to swing back and forth, or you knew what you were doing, then that's okay. You can also eventually later on, if you're here, you can use the anchor point transform to move it around. But unless you really know what you're doing, this is for beginners. This is for make it non-scary. Just get that in the middle. So again, hit Y as in yellow, Coldplay song, and then you're gonna bring it to the middle, and that's it. And that's how you're gonna get that there. You're gonna move it around like this. And a couple of things. If you want to lock it, right now I'm like, okay, well that looks about right. But if I want to know 100% that's in the corner, I'm gonna hold down Command, and it's gonna lock to these points. And you'll see that because it'll draw a box around it right when it's there. And you can see that the line, that means that, okay, it's locking to the bottom. If I want to, but I can still move it off. If I hold Shift and Command, it will keep it, pretty. Actually, this is not really working the way I want it to. Okay, so never mind that part. Forget that part. Just hold down Command and bring it to the center or the sides or whatever. Hopefully that is helpful. If you have any questions, please ask them in the description, or you can email me at mike@drive80.com. And if you don't want to animate and you're like, this seems great, but I don't have 40 hours to just animate, let alone the 30 to 40 hours it takes to design and potentially the 10, 20 hours to write a script, then contact us at drive80.com and you can see some of our work. We've been doing this, or I've been doing this since, I've been animating since 2004. and solely in After Effects since 2009. And yeah, so that's it. That's my cell. Hopefully you pass that around.